happy Sunday. And it is a happy Sunday. Little dude just came back from his dad's house. He spent the weekend there. Actually left Friday night, which is not how they do it usually, but it was his little brother's birthday party on Saturday, and so he'd already be there. He agreed to be picked up on Friday. So Friday night, I was here all by myself, and the house was too quiet. And it's been the first time he's been gone since everything with me started. So I was a little in my feelings, a little shooketh, a little uneasy. So I busied myself, and I busied myself Friday until almost 1 in the morning. Just doing stuff that I've been putting off for like a month, guys. I just took advantage of the fact that I was going to be here solo with no mommy distractions, with no mommy duty distractions. And I got my house cleaned, spick and span, top to bottom, between Friday until around 2 in the morning. And then yesterday till around, I'd say around noon. I was done with everything. I was back in the house and just relaxed. Like I actually relaxed, which is new to me. Like sitting still is new to me, but I watched some good movies. For those of you who watch scary movies, I had been wanting to watch the third movie of the 28 installments, 28 days, 28 weeks, and then the 28 years, right? I had been wanting to watch 28 years. But little dude didn't want to watch it with me when it came out at the movies, and I was waiting for it to stream. Super excited because I liked the other two before. So I saw that Netflix was streaming it, and I got super excited, and I was like, no, but I want to wait to see if little dude wants to watch it with me because we do scary movies together. You guys, I am so glad I did not wait to watch that movie with my kid, okay? If you have watched 28 years later, then you know exactly why I am glad that I did not watch that movie with my kid. I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts, but I will say that it is almost life imitating art. Have you ever been going through some things and then you watch TV and it seems like everything you watch is about what you're going through? Somebody could have warned me, okay? I had no idea that 28 years had anything to do with something I'm very familiar with currently. So I'm glad he didn't watch it with me. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was a very strange movie. Not at all like the last two. I mean, those are strange as well. But this one was a little over the top for me. It looked like a video game. And that's not my jam, okay? But I say all that to say that I relaxed and I watched movies and then I did a little bit of karaokeing, just sang. I did a little praise singing. I got sucked into one of my playlists and I ended up just having a me moment with God. I kind of like sang to him. I kind of had that moment there for a little while till my throat got dry and parched, and then I gave up the karaoke and gave up the sing-along, and then I fell asleep. It was like around 4 something. I fell asleep, and today I had already done everything, guys. Between Friday and Saturday I had already done everything, like top to bottom, bathrooms, floors. My whole house was clean. All of my laundry was done, but I still needed to work outside some. So I get up and I go out and I did some much needed maintenance in the yard. I topped off the soil on a lot of my plants. The roots are starting to show. Just did a little bit of straightening up out there. Pulled some dead things that are not going to come back, y'all. My raspberry bush died, guys. I forgot about it. Honestly, I forgot about it. And it's all crispy. The sun did its worst on it. There's a jalapeno plant out there that the grasshoppers have decimated. There's a cherry tomato plant that didn't make it. It has 2 little green leaves on it. I'm like, I'm tired of looking at you, sir. So I got rid of those. But that's how I relax. And today was very relaxing. But you guys, I have a haul for y'all. That's what I said was next, right? So yes, I have a haul. And it's a mishmash of things, guys. It is, I've been to the bins twice. I went into the Goodwill store. I went to 2 garage sales. I went to the Dollar Tree. And I went to the 2 little local thrift stores yesterday, just kind of looking around because I was out and about early. The Thrift outlet, I found a couple of little things that I could not resist. I found these lovely tile ornaments. This is kind of like a latex sticker. Little glittery stars with the nativity. Found this pretty thing. And this one, it says it's winter, y'all. I love the bow. So this is perfect for my Christmas, my little country Christmas tree that I put up sometimes. And they were $1.99 each. So grab those. Then the only other thing that I found there that I could not friggin' resist was this beautiful little piggy bank with the booty with the booty stopper, and he was $3.99. So I grabbed him. That's what I got at the Thrift outlet. And then I went to the little local one that is here, and I found this beautiful blue and white planter. And it was $3. And I thought that was an okay price, considering how pretty it is. But as I'm at the register waiting my turn, I'm kind of looking at it and notice there is a hairline crack. It's not been broken completely through, but there is a hairline crack through the whole thing. And I was like, oh no, somebody's glued this back together. But they haven't. And I mentioned it. Because I'm literally like, oh no. And the cashier's like, what's wrong? I said, I see a crack in it. And I'm doing exactly like this. So, but it doesn't look like it's been glued. So she's like, let me see it. So she sees it, sees the $3 sticker in there. And she said, well, I can give it to you for $1. Okay. Okay, I wasn't even complaining out loud, like to try and get a discount, but she did me a solid. So I got this beautiful planter for $1. I'm just gonna have to be careful, not to overpack soil in it, because it might break it, or I'll just set an actual little potted plant in the pot in here. So $1, guys. And I came across this movie called After the Harvest, and it is based in, did this say 1900s? This lady ends up with this rough and tumble, in the 1920s, based on the 1920s groundbreaking novel Wild Geese. So it's an old crotchety, grumpy, mad at the world father of a couple of boys out on a farm, and then this lady ends up somehow in their lives, and how she basically breaks down walls. It's supposed to be a triumphant, story. I like those. This was $1. And then I was gonna leave, but something told me, go look at the books. But I kind of wanted to be home, I kind of wanted to be home, and I wasn't really wanting to do much work at a thrift store. Okay, I didn't want to work for my treasures, but something told me go to the books, and I found Stones from the River. I ain't gonna waste y'all's time trying to tell y'all what each book is about, but they're all about family. They're all about persevering. This one I'll tell you a little bit about. It's Mr. Dickens and his Carol. It's the story before the Christmas Carol. It's the story of what Charles Dickens went through and what inspired the Christmas Carol. Whether it's a true story or not, I don't know. But it's based on Charles Dickens and everything that happened that apparently inspired one of the greatest Christmas stories ever. So I couldn't leave that behind. That just, it seemed like a really good read. This is a true story of a woman, Sarah Rodriguez, who went through infertility, her husband's cancer diagnosis, miscarriage, her husband's death, and her 2-week-old baby girl in the fight for her life. I'm like, she's a survivor. She's a warrior. She's, just based on a few pages that I read through, a believer. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Stones from the River. I believe this has something to do there in Germany. It's different stories of different Jewish people during, you know, the yellow stars and all of that horrible situation. It's 3 different stories interlaced during that time. Probably a very hard read, but went ahead and got that. And then the reason I feel I was pushed to go to the books when I really wasn't. That's like probably the only section in that thrift store that I rarely go to. But I'm like, I see. This is why I was drawn to them. Laugh Through the Ugly Cry. Guess what she's experienced? Guess what she's gone through? Okay? Guess what she wrote a book about? Inspiring women. Inspiring people that are going through what she and I, what she went through and what I'm going through. And I was like, what? She says joy is a choice. And this story is how she chose joy over fear, over, anger, with faith, with prayer, with comedy. I'm like, I knew when I came across this book, that was why. So each book was 50 cents. 50 cents, guys. 50 cents for each book. And then just because I don't know yet. I'll find out tomorrow what my regimen is going to be. But I assume I'm going to have days where I ain't feeling much of nothing. Not feeling like not doing much of nothing. So I'm like, let's go ahead and get this large print word search. I love these things. And this is 25 cents. But I thought that was amazing. And just gives me stuff to read, stuff to do. But that's where I ended up on Saturday. I've been to the bins apparently 3 times because I remember each batch of things that I've gotten. One trip, I looked and looked and looked for 2 more of these. I thought they were so friggin' amazing. Hand friggin' blown. And I only found 2. And they're not chipped or cracked or anything. And I usually don't buy 2 of anything because I would like 4 if of whatever. But these were so friggin' nice. Big, thick, heavy. I bet they're going to keep your drinks nice and cold or nice and hot for a while because it's thick. It's thick glass. So grab those. I found this. I saw this gorgeous thing and I'm like, oh, don't get excited, girl. It's going to be broken. It's got, no. It was in the bins, y'all. Not one chip, not one nick, no cracks in the glaze, nothing. And this was on sale at Ross for $9.99 and somebody donated it or the store donated it. I don't know. But gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I was thinking of putting some foam in here and putting some succulents and making a succulent display. But it's kind of big. So I really don't have any more table surfaces for something. But I don't care. I'll figure it out. It was just so friggin' pretty. Look. Look at this stuff. Love it. So that was one trip to the bins. But another day at the bins, I found this. These vines. And I thought, and I'm probably going to regret it because I told myself I wasn't going to do this. It's this, oh, there's 2 of them. I thought it was just one long one. Okay, so there's 2 of these vines. And I am going to intertwine them, lace them over my little arch out there. My little gate, the little arch I made. And I said I wasn't going to do that because the sun here in Texas fades anything fake you put out there. It'll fade it. But it is kind of in a shady spot. So it might have have some longevity. At this point, there's no reason for me to put it out there because the seasons are changing, the leaves are falling, and it's going to look kind of stupid out there with everything dead and this bright green thing out there. So I think I'm going to wait until spring and wind it around my arch. So there's those two. And then that day I found two more of these guys. I still haven't spray painted the last two I found at the bins. And I found, oops, I found more. Now these aren't in as bad a shape as the last two I bought. Those were crusty and rusty. But that's everything I picked up that day at the bins. And everything at the bins, even this heavy stuff, was probably like $5 or $6. I know for every trip that I went to the bins, it was $5 and some change and less. So one of the days after the bins, I went into the thrift store, the Goodwill store, and I purchased this guy. So pretty. It's one of my favorite scriptures. I know where I'm going to put it. It's going to be outside under the eave. And it was $2.99. Okay. And then I debated on these because I don't need any more cups. But these were so stinking cute, guys. I went ahead and got the cuddle cups. What are these called? Huggable Friend cups. They came from Walmart. I think that's a Walmart tag, right? Looks like it. These are the Huggable Friends. Stinking. So sweet. So cute. No cracks, dings, or nothing. And this little set was $3.99. Okay, so grab that. And then I came across these two things, and I didn't see stickers on them, but I knew that I can always use another one of these. I liked the little balls on top. I know I can always use one. These are wider than the ones you usually find, and I need the wide ones. So grab this, and then I saw this, and I thought of my brother. Look at this friggin' little boot. It's a shot glass. It's from Mexico. Isn't that the cutest friggin' thing? Look at the bottom. Oh my gosh. So stinking cute. And you got the shot glass in there. And I put this back like 3 times because I was like, it was my brother's birthday. It was going to be my brother's birthday that day. That Saturday. And I'm like, this is so friggin' cute. I wonder if he would like this. But then I'm like, well, the shot glass itself doesn't come out of the boot. How are you going to wash it without ruining the leather? Like, should I or shouldn't I? I put it back like 3 times, guys. And then, oh, forget it. I saw a lady eyeing it. I had put it back on the shelf, and I saw a lady eyeing it. And I was like, excuse me. And I grabbed it because I really did want it for my brother. So I get up to the register, right? Pay for the cups. I pay for the little scripture sign. And I tell the ladies, I said, now these don't have stickers on them. Oh, they don't have stickers on them. I'm like, no. Oh, that's because they're a special price. And I'm like, okay, what is that? And she just slid them over. It was 2 ladies at the register, and they slid them over. And the other one, yeah, they're special price. I'm like, okay, well, how much? Free. I thought they were just joking because, you know, that's the joke. Oh, if there's no tag on it, it must be free. There's always somebody making that dumb joke at a thrift store. So I thought they were, you know, flipping the script and making jokes. No, they put this stuff in my bag. I got these for free because there's no tags on it. So I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So that was all that day. And then my last trip to the bins, I found this thing. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was macrame, and that's all I needed to know, okay? I'm all about that macrame life all of a sudden. This started months ago. And I saw this thing, and I grabbed it and figured I'll figure out what it is later. So, it's this thing, y'all. Okay. What is it, Mel? What is it? You guys. It's a cat bed. It's a friggin' cat bed. And you can mount it 2 ways. You can mount it to your ceiling, or you can mount it to the wall. The cushion's missing. Had I known what it was, I might have been able to find the cushion in the bins, but it wasn't until after I Googled it just to see what it was that I realized, hey, this is supposed to have a cushion in it. But it's okay. I'll find a little round cushion somewhere. I know I'm not going to mount it in my ceiling, but since you can mount it on the wall, I definitely want to mount it on the wall. I think I'm going to hang it on a door, from hooks from the door first before I make any holes in the wall. I hope they like it because it's really, really cute. And then the only other thing I found that day, my last day, the last time I went to the bins, was this little basket. Isn't that pretty? Little gray basket. And I want that for the bedroom upstairs so that I can put my little throws, my little blankets, my fuzzy socks, anything that I need to be comfortable in that room. I thought that would be nice for it. And I think this was the lightest bin day. And that awesome cat bed and that pretty little sweater bin, I think was $4 and some cents for both of those. So I have also hit a couple of yard sales, very random things. I went to 2 yard sales, and I'm just gonna, I don't remember what came from what, but I don't know how to feel about this. Now, y'all know I buy cups and dishes and stuff out of the thrift store all the time, and not once am I like, ew, other people's mouths have been on it. Not once, not ever. But for some reason, the idea of one of these little cups from a yard sale gave me pause. I was like, why? Ain't no different buying it at a friggin' yard sale than getting it at a thrift store. But it's not stained. It doesn't smell of anything. Perfectly clean. And it's this pretty purpley color. But what got me? Rejoice and be glad. Psalm 118:24. I was like, oh, I want it. So I grabbed it. This was 50 cents. I don't think I paid more than $1 for anything. This was $1. Now, I thought it was just gonna, you're supposed to put a little tea light in there. I thought it was like a table thing. But see this little nubby here? It doesn't allow it to sit straight. It teeter-totters. So I'm not sure what it was supposed to have been attached to. But it came off of something. And I'm going to have to buy these little foil candles and try and figure out how to finagle the candle in there, because there's no door. Most of the little pieces that I have like this have a little door that you can unlatch or open. Oh, hold on a second. Hold up. Because it has this little latch thing right here. So I thought maybe you could pop it open to get a candle in there, because you see it has the round for the candle. But this was $1. Okay, I say all that to say this was $1. I'm hoping I can figure out how to get a friggin' candle in there without breaking it. But I thought it was pretty. This was $1. I hate the dingles. I hate the little dingleberries, the little dingle balls, the little dingles. I don't like them. I know what a dingleberry is. I shouldn't have said dingleberry. Do y'all know what a dingleberry is? For my southerners, y'all may know what a dingleberry is. It ain't nothing nice. It has to do with toilet paper in the derriere. Cheap toilet paper in the derriere. Okay. But I'm going to cut these off. I don't like them. But the reason I wanted it, I paid $1 for it. The reason I wanted it is because y'all remember that little old-timey lamp I found at the bins, one of my last go-arounds? The one I told you guys I wanted to spray that metal color, and I was going to attach it in the bedroom downstairs. I need a small lampshade. Now, I think this might even actually be too big. I haven't tried it. But I'm going to cut off these dingles and put that. This will be the shade for that lamp. Y'all remember the drum scene on Karate Kid Part 2? That's what that reminds me of. Where Daniel-san is fighting Chosen. I'm such a sucker for a succulent. These were 25 cents. Okay. So grab those. These were 50 cents. I don't have an immediate use for these, but I do have some that I can very easily swap out. These little votives. For your little candelabras, for your little candle thingies. 50 cents. So I grabbed those. Now all of that stuff was from 2 yard sales. I just can't remember what came from what yard sale. And then these were $1. Had a bunch of school supplies out there. And I liked how pretty these looked. So these were $1. So that was my yard sale stuff. Then I have one more bit of stuff to show you from Goodwill, and then this teeny tiny of Dollar Tree. So let me reach over and get that stuff over here. Okay, so this last go around at Goodwill, y'all saw that cart was full of stuff. Now I had no real intention of buying everything, but I didn't want anybody to snag it from me. If I made up my mind I wanted 1 or 2 things, but I decided on the following. Okay, you guys, I had to get these. These were so freaking pretty. Loved them. I have not found the base I want to use for them. I showed you guys the little metal scrolly goodness ones that might work, but there was nowhere to put a candle in. And then I considered putting them on top of a glass. Those yellow amber looking ones. At the thrift store, maybe that would be kind of interesting, but I don't have an immediate use for these. I know where I want to use them. I know what room I want to put them in, but I don't have a base. So I'm a little miffed at myself for having purchased them because I don't have the complete look yet. But they were too friggin' pretty, and they were $1.99 each. They were too pretty to leave behind. They need a good scrubbing, but somebody took their time on these. It's just so pretty. I really like them. Then the only other thing that I picked up. Now, I know this had a tag on it. But when I was trying to see how far out it went, I think the tag must have fallen off at that time. But it's this little plant stand, and it is adjustable to a much larger pot. And it couldn't have been too expensive, guys, because I wouldn't have purchased it. But I know there was a tag on it. So I get up to the register, and I'm looking for it, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is when I realized it probably fell off when I was finagling with it. And I tell the cashier as much. And again, okay, again, oh, I can do $1 for it. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. And then this next thing I put back and walked by, and I really wanted it, but I'm like, what are you going to do with it? There's no sticker on it. You're going to be heartbroken if it's too expensive, because I was so drawn to this friggin' thing. And I put it back 2 times. And I said, whatever. It doesn't hurt to ask, okay? It doesn't hurt to ask. It may be affordable. So, I've named him Humphrey. I thought these were chips. They're his nostrils. I was like, he's chipped. No, they're his little nostrils. Isn't he cute? He is freaking heavy. I don't know what kind of stone he's made out of. Caleb says he feels like a bowling ball. But I named him Humphrey the hippo. Apparently there's this thing that thrifters swear by. Thrifters are always on the lookout for a house hippo. I heard of this years ago. And I have a hippo magnet on my refrigerator. And as of my whole thrifting life, when I found out about this thrifting coveted house hippo, I've only been able to find one hippo thing that I liked, and it's a magnet. Well, here he is, you guys. I named him Humphrey the hippo. So friggin' cute. I'm gonna use him as a doorstop because he can hold Fort Knox. Okay, he's heavy as heck. So I went up there, mind you. I thought I was going to come off like a bee crapper. Like, he's going to think I'm bull crapping. He's going to think I'm up to some shenanigans. He's going to think I'm up to no good. This doesn't have a tag on it. And then he gives it to me for $1. And then, and this one doesn't have a tag on it either. I was just like, man, I hope he doesn't think I'm playing. So I asked about Humphrey. I said, this little guy is adorable, but I don't see a sticker on it. And again, I can sell it to you for $1.99. Yep, I will take Humphrey for $1.99. He is so precious. He is so precious. Look at the little mouth. He's so precious. This is a whole weapon, guys. But that's everything I picked up that day. Okay, so the next few things I have to show you come out of Dollar Tree. And I was super excited about the Brazilian Soul Body Butter in pistachio and caramel. I didn't get geeked out over the body spray. I have way too many perfumes and body sprays as is. I don't need the body spray, but I'm dusty and crusty and dry all the time. So I figured this may come in handy. And then they said after my treatment start, I'm going to get dustier and crustier and drier. So I need to have like lotions and stuff handy. And this is small enough that I can throw in a bag, leave at my desk, whatever. And some of my bougier, people that are into like the expensive body butters and lotions and perfumes and stuff swear by this Brazilian Soul Body Butter. There's this one and then a fruity one. I think it's strawberry something. I'm not sure. So when I saw it, I got really excited because my Dollar Tree doesn't ever carry the body butters, just the sprays. So I grabbed that and it's $1.25 for this big thingy. It hasn't gone up in prices like everything else. So I grabbed that. Then I grabbed a value pack of the makeup sponges. I went to washing all of mine, and they come at the Dollar Tree. And the 99-cent only. Oh, how I missed them. They fell apart. When I started rubbing them on the little brush cleaner thing, they just se descarapelaron. They just fell apart. So I needed more. So I went ahead and bought this 5-pack. And this is what I don't understand. It's the same brand. Okay, Basic Beauty. They'll sell one for $1.25, but then turn around and put 5 in a bag for $1.25. I don't understand that. But I grabbed those. And then I found the guest house. Keep your family safe, whatever the cost. So this couple, right? They go on this little retreat into this guest house. It's going to be their last vacation together before their baby comes. She's very, very pregnant. So they settle in for the night and they wake up and the owners of the house are gone. The house is dark. Their cell phone and keys are gone. And the house is locked up. They got to figure a way to get out before she has this baby because her water just broke. Oh my gosh. It sounds intense. Had to have that. Their books are still $1.25. And then I grabbed these. I don't know if I've shown these to you. I don't think I've done a Dollar Tree haul in a super, super long time. But I love these little magazines from the thrift store. From the Dollar Tree. It gives you so many cute ideas on how to, just decorate on the cheap. And when I see them, I get super excited. So this is Thrifty Decorating. Big style on a budget. And this is Small Space Decorating. Low cost, big impact. And I pick them up anytime I see them. And usually it's like a month or two in between. Because some Dollar Trees are better at stocking the newer issues than others. But that's everything, guys. That is every little thing that I have purchased since I saw you guys last at this table. Okay. I do keep myself busy. I try and stay as normal and as routine as I can. But I have been piling all this stuff up on the table, waiting to show you guys. So there it is. Guys, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I hope you all are going to have a fantastic week. Thank you guys for all the love and the support and the messages and the encouragement that you guys are sending me on all the other videos as we walk through whatever we're walking through. But I had to get in to the normal of the normal and do what we do here. Okay? And it felt great. I'm glad to share all this little stuff with you guys. Anywho, I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Again, I love y'all bunches. Bye.